In this video, I'm going to talk about the Roland TD 17 Ride Cymbal. Ride Cymbal is a very interesting instrument. It's very nuanced. It has a lot of crazy things going on when you hit it. And the feel and the sound of a ride cymbal can really make or break your playing experience. And so Roland does a pretty good job with their cymbal sounds, but there's always room for improvement. And I found some ways that can make the ride cymbal in this module sound and feel better, more realistic, and just make the playing experience more fun. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and share it, and I hope you get something out of this. And for this, I am using the Bright Ride, the 20-inch Bright Ride, and we're going to be adjusting the subs again. And to start off, for the bell of the ride, for the sub, I chose the 20-inch brush ride bell. It just has a darker sound to it, and I thought it worked really well for the for this particular exercise. And again, we're using the fade 1 setting, and I set it pretty low because I want it to activate pretty quickly. I don't want to have to hit it too hard to activate this extra sound. And the volume's down a little bit low. I don't want it to be overwhelming. I just want it to have a little bit more dimension when I hit the bell. So, and the size just a little bit smaller. I found that setting, even though it's a smaller cymbal, it's also a darker cymbal because it's the brush ride cymbal. So you still get a lower tone, but it works really well. And just a little bit of muffling, but that's up to you how you want to set these, of course. Play around with them and find what works best for you, but I found this worked pretty good. So now I'll play it with the sub off and then sub on. Okay, so next I'm going to look at the bow of the cymbal. On the bow sub, I again use the brush ride, the 20-inch brush ride. Again, lots of experimenting, and this one just gave me the best sound. What I was kind of going for is when you strike a cymbal, especially a ride cymbal, you'll notice that the tone gets lower. So the louder it gets, the note gets lower. So so again, we're using the fade, and the fade point I used on this was a little bit higher because I didn't want it to come in. If you make it too low, the cymbal gets a little washy, and maybe that's what you're going for. If that's what you're going for, you know, go for that. But I wanted it to just get washy if I hit it a little bit harder. And again, the volume's not real loud, and the size is the same on this one. But being that it's a 20-inch brush ride, it'll be darker, so gives you that kind of different tone. And again, I muffled it just a little bit. So now I'll play it with sub off and sub on. So there you can really hear the difference. It sounds more like a real cymbal. You know, you hit a real cymbal a little bit harder, and the note changes. It gets a little darker, a little deeper. One thing to note is to make sure that your HR is not on when you're making these adjustments. Otherwise, whatever you change on the bow will change on the bell and the edge as well, and you don't want that happening. So now we'll talk about the edge of the cymbal. And again, I'm using on this one I'm using the bright right edge, just the same as the main. Again, I set the fade 1 and fade point pretty high. You know, I want it to change only when I smack it pretty hard. And then for the size, I went a little bit larger so I get a real darker sound, a much lower note, and no muffling. But again, these you might want to play around with and find what you like. But this is what I thought worked for this particular cymbal. So now I'll play it for you with the sub off and the sub on.